Well, hello. We are live. Where are we?
I think we're in Missouri. Is that?
No, we're not in Missouri.
Oh, my bad.
Asher, tell the people, where are we?
We are in Tahiti, everybody.
Tahiti, on our way to Bora Bora. Oh my goodness. If this is your first time watching me live, my name is Dr. Terry Alford. I'm known as a women's wealth strategist, and I specialize in helping business owners and professionals attract abundance and retire wealthy. And I am so excited that Heartland Financial Group is one of our sponsors for the Attract Abundance Conference. And on today, I have none other than the annuity expert, Mr. Asher Molina. Mr. Asher, tell us, who are you and what do you do?
First and foremost, I'm so excited that you had me on, Terry. I've been begging her for so long to come on this show.
Asher, you know what? You're coming back. Just for that, I'm bringing you back again.
My name is Asher Molina. I've been working in the annuity space for about 7 or 8 years at this point. And really, all we try to focus on is helping people protect their retirements. That's the number one thing when we're talking about annuities. We're talking about protecting what you have made, all that you've earned in your decades of working, and finally making it work for you now that you're retired.
You know what's interesting, Asher, and I'm so glad I was able to interview you.
Yeah.
And shout out to your dad. Hey, Mark, if you're watching. Hey, Mark. I used to be afraid to speak about annuities because most of the people who would need our products and services are much older than we are.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so we don't have gray hair. We don't look like a lot of our ideal clients. And I used to be afraid of that. Tell us what made you comfortable to speak in this annuity space and to serve people who may be 2 or 3 times your senior.
No, that's a great question. And I think for really anybody coming into the space, that's a worry that you'll have no matter what. If, hey, I haven't been doing this very long, or hey, like you said, I don't have the gray hair and I'm 20 something years old. And so you feel like you're not qualified to talk about it. That's one of the things that I love about Dr. Terry Alford is that anybody working with her has her as a resource. And so really the biggest thing I would tell you is don't be afraid to use your resources, right? If it's an appointment that you're talking about retirements and annuities, get Dr. Terry Alford in there because she is going to help you basically build more rapport with the client and understand that you're building trust and give them confidence that they're working with a team. And I would say too, just another thing, just personally, is that those self-beliefs only exist in your head. There will be those clients, the 5% of them that won't listen to a thing you have to say because you're young or because you don't got the gray hair and you don't got a nice sports car. But the vast majority of people out there, they will give you a chance and they will listen to you. If you have confidence, if you speak with authority, people will listen.
Yeah, speak with authority and have confidence. Yes. Speaking of confidence, financial confidence is really important right now. So tell us, who is an ideal fit for annuities? Because we do have some people who are financial consultants who are watching. Yes. But we also have some people who are just watching because they're like, oh, you're speaking about annuities? I've been researching annuities. I've been thinking about annuities. I hear they're a great investment or I hear they're a bad investment. Yeah. So tell us, who's a good fit for an annuity?
I'll tell you, for the vast majority of the people that we speak to, it is pre-retirees or people who are already retired. And once again, they're looking to protect their retirement. I would say really the ideal client is somebody who has an old retirement account somewhere that they used to work. And for a lot of us, that's pretty common, right? The average American is going to have 12, 13 jobs before they retire. Now, with a lot of those jobs, you might have a 401k, 403b, 457, some sort of alphabet soup sounding plan, as I like to call it. And with any of those, we can help protect them. And I would say really that's the ideal fit for who should really consider an annuity. Is it the best for everybody? Well, it may not be, but it's always worth considering.
Yes, excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
One of the things that I love as the owner of TNA Financial Group is I love partnering with organizations like Heartland Financial Group because they have people, they have resources, they have tools, and they have amazing incentives for us to do well. And this is actually an incentive trip.
This
like
is.
I didn't just randomly fly here to meet Asher. No, actually Heartland said, you know what, we want to award our top producers for your hard work. And so humbly I say I'm considered a top producer with Heartland, and I love Heartland Financial Group. Can you tell us more about Heartland Financial Group and how they support agents and independent financial consultants like myself in this space, in this multi-trillion-dollar space?
The first thing I have to say is Dr. Terry is way too humble, because she says I like to consider myself one of those top producers. She has consistently proved that she is in the top pack. And so something like this, it is long overdue, because you've been successful, or you've consistently stayed successful. It's not just something new that's popped up. But what I'll have to say about Heartland is that, just speaking on the annuity side of things, we try our hardest to take these, what can seem like complex subjects, and break them down into easy to digest parts. That's the number one thing that I know I and Dr. Terry like to do, is that there's a lot of advisors and whoever else out there that want you to believe that this financial planning is too complicated. And it's not. It's understandable. And that's one of the things that we like to do, is just break it down so that anybody could understand it. We like to be available 24/7. I know that's the biggest thing. When I was an agent in the field, I had questions at 5:15, and everyone just closed at 5. Right? So who do I call? Well, I got to wait till the next business day to get a hold of somebody. I couldn't stand that. When we give our numbers out, we give out our personal cell numbers. We like to say we're available 24/7. That's not to say that sometimes you might not catch me at the movies or if I'm sleeping or something, but almost 100% of the time, if somebody calls, we either answer that phone or we get right back to them, because oftentimes the best ability is availability.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. You know, another thing that you mentioned is the alphabet soup, right? The alphabet soup, and how we move money out of the market. We move money from the 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, and so forth. But some people may actually have annuities already. Can you tell us about why someone should look deeper into whether or not they have an annuity, and if it's the right fit for their financial plan and their financial journey?
Absolutely. Yeah. And for some people, they already have one. If you have a 403b, if you worked, say, in the nonprofit sector, if you were maybe a teacher, you might have a 403b. Well, a type of 403b is a TSA. It's a tax sheltered annuity. A lot of people already have annuities. They might just not be aware of it. And in fact, one of the programs that we as Americans rely on is an annuity, Social Security. Social Security, when you get to age 62 or 65, whenever you want to turn it on, it gives you payments for the rest of your life, no matter if you live the life expectancy, if you live much longer past that. Hopefully everyone here does, but that is the basis of what an annuity is. In fact, annuities go back literally not hundreds, but they go back thousands of years. Humans, since the dawn of time, have had this problem of, now that I'm retired, how do I make sure that my money lasts, and how do I make sure that my bills are paid when I'm 70 and I can't go on work on the farm anymore, when I'm 80 and I can't clock into the office? How do I make sure that my bills are paid? Well, very often the answer has come to annuities. You may have heard that back in the Roman era, they used to pay their soldiers with annuities. Right? Back in Egypt, we have basically proof of the first annuity ever sold was to a prince ruling in Sint in the Middle Empire. But that was an annuity sold almost 4,000 years ago. And so when we talk about annuities, it's not something that is new. It's not something that was just created. We have been relying on income streams for literally since the dawn of time, right? And so I would say when we're talking about annuities and who it might help, it's almost literally anyone that is retired. And here's what I have to say. The point of almost any investment that you'll ever make is that one day it comes back to you in the form of income. Because if I make a great return on whatever stocks that I chose in my portfolio, I can't go to the grocery store and say, hey, I made 15%. Can I buy this bread? I go there and I say, hey, I got $4. Can I buy this loaf of bread? And so the way that we take care of ourselves and preserve our lifestyle when we get to retirement is through income. It's not through an interest rate.
Yeah. Ooh, that's so good. I heard that annuities have been around, or the concept of annuities have been around for over 4,000 years. We're back. Y'all thought it was over. It's not over. It's not over. The boat was just twisting. The boat was just moving. So back to my question. You gotta come over here. Yes, I think the it was getting hot. Ooh, if y'all could just see the views that we're seeing. All right, we gotta make this quick, sir. Okay, so what are some misconceptions that people have, and it keeps them from saying yes to annuities? Can you share that with us?
Absolutely. I would say one of the biggest misconceptions is that let's say you have this alphabet soup sounding plan, your 401k, your 403b, your TSP. Well, those accounts have likely never been taxed. None of the principal that went in them, you got tax deductions on that. None of the interest, because it's grown tax deferred. And so one of the misconceptions I hear is, well, I like all this, but I don't want to withdraw this money because I don't want to get taxed on it. Right? And so that's one of the things I love clearing up, because when we're moving money from, let's say, a 401k or a 403b to an annuity, the way that we do it is it goes from 401k to an IRA. The IRS considers that a rollover. That's a non-taxable event. And so really, that's one of the things that just as an agent, I love making that clarification, because I get to tell people that, hey, you get all the benefits of this annuity, and when it moves in there, it's not even a taxable event. All this money continues to grow tax deferred, just like it did for the last 30 years or however long you have this. Another misconception I really want to touch on is with surrender charges. A lot of annuities, you might notice that they don't have a 1% managing fee. They don't have a 1% mortality and expense charge that you may see on other financial products. Annuities often don't have that. The way that they're able to make it all work and give all the benefits that they're able to give is that they work off of a surrender charge. Basically, when you enter an annuity, you say, all right, I'm going to stay in this annuity for at least 5 years, at least 7 years, at least 10 years, however long you want to sign up for. That's basically the term. That's the surrender term of it. Let's say if I wanted to take all of my money and withdraw it, put it in my bank account, there would be a penalty to doing that, because the insurance company bought long-term investments on your behalf. If they have to sell those, they're probably going to sell them for a loss, which is why they have the surrender charge. But here's what I tell people is that most companies, when you start with them, will give you free withdrawals starting after just a year. Some will give you 5% of your account or 10% of your account every single year if you need a withdrawal for no penalty whatsoever. right? And a lot of them especially the ones we're going to talk about, if they are offering you income, they will start paying you a lifetime income payment either immediately or after a year of deferral for no penalty at all. And so it's the question of, what is the purpose of this money? Because if this money is meant for retirement, it's meant to supplement my income when I get to age 65 and I don't want to work anymore, well, you wouldn't have taken all that money and withdrawn it anyways. Because once again, it's for a special purpose. I like to say there's 3 N's when it comes to money. You have your in case money, your just in case. You need an emergency fund.
Just in case.
You have your increase. That's the money that you set aside. You want to get a good rate on that. And you have your income. It's your 3 N's, your in case, your increase, and your income. Now, when it comes to annuities, a lot of times we're solving the income feature. But I'll tell you what, there's such a wide range of products right now that there are annuities that are growing better than literally ever before. So I'll say, hey, we need to set aside money for your emergency fund, but let's put some of this in the increase. Let's put some of this in the income. And let's solve this financial picture.
I love that. You are teaching tonight, Asher. He is teaching. So look, the wind is blowing, right? And the ship is doing what it is doing. So we got to wrap this up. Yep. But I am going to say this. My followers, my Facebook friends, my YouTube subscribers, and the people on LinkedIn, yep, they know I am going to make it plain. I am going to tell the truth and shame the devil. Yep. This is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Am I right?
That's correct.
And this industry is pretty much dominated by Caucasian males. Would you say so?
Absolutely, yeah.
So what is the value in having diversity in the financial services space?
Well, here's the truth of it, is that America doesn't look like me, right?
Really?
We have, the truth is there are so many different groups that really need this financial education and who don't get it. And that's the truth of it is, a lot of times us annuity agents are going out and talking to people that only have $50,000 to their name, $100,000 to their name. They may be in these underserved communities. And do you think anybody's ever come to their door, the Edward Jones guy ever come to their door and asked them about, hey, have you thought about planning for your retirement?
No. So I help people whether they have $3, $3,000, $30,000, or $3 million, and I am grateful for the opportunity to do so.
And that's the truth of it, is that the people oftentimes that we serve are not the super wealthy that already know everything about money. They're the people who have just been blue collar. They've worked at the same job for 30 years. They've trusted that they've set some money aside, or they plan on doing so, and they know that it's going to benefit them in the future. And they're waiting on someone just like Terry, or just like me, or just anybody to come and help educate them. Because first and foremost, I don't consider myself a salesman. I consider myself an educator.
Same.
And I know that goes for you too. We're educators, and that's the main thing that we educate on is financial freedom and building a legacy, building generational wealth. And so I would say, you asked the question, I got off topic, but what's the benefit of someone like you or someone else who's Hispanic or whoever else? That is the benefit, is you can help serve these communities that really nobody else might have talked about financial education to.
Yes. So is there a lot of room for us? Is there room for us in this industry?
Absolutely.
Because, I actually took a picture earlier with 2 other women, and we were on a call with Heartland. We were called like the Wonder Women.
Yes.
I think that was like in March, right? And I was like, you know what? I would really love to see more women qualify. So first of all, let me not wrap this up without shouting out all of my supporters, all of my clients, all of my referral agents, and all of the agents who have partnered with TNA Financial Group. And again, I want to shout out Heartland Financial Group for giving me a place to call home and be able to say, I am able to grow here, but I also feel appreciated here. And as I mentioned before, Heartland Financial Group is a supporter and a sponsor of the Attract Abundance Conference. We are having this conference in Frisco, Texas, And the main population we are serving are women, business women, and women about their business. So if you have not gotten your ticket yet, go to attractabundanceconference.com. We're sharing all of this information and so much more. You shared a lot. That's all y'all get for free today, okay? That's it. If you want some more, you need to book a Retire Wealthy consultation with me. You can give me a text message or send me a text message. Send the text, send ready, okay? Ready in all capital letters to 903-224-6151. And my team and I will reach out to you when we get back to the States. We will make sure we have a Retire Wealthy consultation. And I'm going to continue to network and attract abundance on this ship in the Polynesian Islands and wrap this up. Is there anything else you want to say,
I love that. It's for business women and women about their business. Yes. You couldn't have put it any better.
Thank you. Well, I thank you all so much for watching. Yep. If you're watching the replay, type #replay. If you have any questions about what we shared, please send me a DM or put it in the comment section. And I guess because we're in French Polynesia, I should end with saying bonjour. Is that right?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Adios.
Bye.
Bye. Peace out. See you next time.